The research station was quiet again. Only the soft hum of machines and the cold echo of metal walls filled the air. Ethan Ward, a human engineer, sat beside the medical bed, watching the alien girl breathe slowly. Her skin glowed a pale silver, under the station lights like moonlight on water. She looked peaceful now, but earlier, everything was chaos. Ethan still heard her voice in his head. "Please, help me, human." Those words were filled with fear and something else. Trust. He never expected to meet someone like her. He never expected to care. He checked the medical scanner again. It showed strange results. Her body was like a human's, but not exactly. Different heart rate, different cell structure and energy. Inside her veins instead of normal blood. He didn't understand any of it, but he wanted to. "Who are you?" Ethan whispered to himself, not expecting an answer. Suddenly, she moved. A small breath, a tiny sound. Ethan leaned forward. "Hey, you're awake." Her eyes opened slowly. They were bright blue, but not normal blue. They had patterns inside like galaxies. She looked around, confused, scared. Then her eyes found Ethan. "You helped me," she said softly. "Thank you, human." Her voice was weak, but there was a calm strength hidden inside it. "My name is Ethan," he said gently. "Ethan Ward, you're safe now." She looked around the room again, studying everything. She seemed surprised by how smooth the walls were, how silent the machines were. "I am Lyra," she whispered. "I come from a place far from here. Your people do not know it." Ethan nodded, trying not to overwhelm her with questions. He wanted to ask 1,000 things, but he stayed patient. He could see her fear. "What happened to you?" Ethan asked, his voice soft but steady. Lyra closed her eyes. For a moment, she said nothing. Her hands shook slightly. She seemed to be choosing her words carefully. "My home is gone," she finally whispered. "They attacked us. They wanted information. They wanted to know where your Earth is." Ethan felt something cold inside his chest. "Who attacked you?" Lyra opened her eyes again. Pain lived inside them, like a memory she could not escape. "They call themselves the Harvesters," she said. "They are not machines. They are not demons. They are not aliens like me. They are." She paused, breath shaking. Ethan leaned closer. "They are what?" Lyra stared at him. "They are humans." Ethan froze. His heart beat too fast. That made no sense. Humans? Out here? Humans attacking other species? "That's impossible," Ethan said. "Humans have never left the solar system, not like that. We're peaceful. We explore." "We don't," Lyra interrupted, her voice sharp and heavy with truth. "Not your humans. Not from your Earth. They come from another colony, a place born from your old mistakes." Ethan did not understand. He felt like the world inside his mind had cracked open. But Lyra continued. "They believe Earth is dangerous. They think your kind will destroy the stars with your hunger for control. So they hunt. They remove any life that could warn you. They want to find you first, before you find them." Ethan felt sick. His hands shook. He looked at Lyra, wanting her to be wrong, wanting this to be a dream. But her eyes, they were too honest. "Why come here?" Ethan asked. "Why risk everything just to warn us?" Lyra looked at him, and in that moment, Ethan saw that she was more alone than he had ever been. "Because I believe in kindness," she said. "Because the stars told stories about humans. Good ones, brave ones, humans who help, humans who protect. I had to know if those stories were true." Ethan swallowed hard. He suddenly felt the weight of something bigger than himself. Bigger than the station, bigger than Earth. He looked at her and spoke quietly. "I don't know what kind of human I am, but I will help you. I promise." Lyra's eyes softened. A small tear slipped down her cheek, glowing like silver light. "You are kind," she whispered. "But you are also blind." Ethan frowned. Blind? Blind to what? Lyra reached for his hand. Her fingers were cold to the message. The room felt colder. Ethan's breath caught. What message? He asked. Lyra looked into his eyes, and her voice was barely a whisper. Earth called to the stars. They sent a message 6 months ago. A message that revealed your location to everyone. Now, the harvesters are coming. Silence, heavy, terrifying. Ethan's heart hammered in his chest as the alarm suddenly beeped in the background. An unidentified fleet had just entered the system. Lyra tightened her grip on his hand. It begins. Ethan Ward, she said. Your kindness will decide what happens next. Asterisk red lights flashed across the control room. Soft alarms echoed through the halls of the station like a heartbeat of danger. Ethan Ward stood frozen, his mind racing. Lyra's words felt like ice in his veins. The harvesters are coming. He tried to breathe, but every breath felt heavy. Ethan forced himself to focus. Stay here, he told Lyra. I need to check the radar. Lyra nodded, her silver hair falling around her face like starlight. She looked weaker now, like just speaking had taken what little strength she had left. Ethan rushed to the command station and activated the main screen. There it was, a cluster of ships, unknown signatures. No recognized ID. They moved like predators, slow, confident. Sure. The harvesters. Ethan felt his stomach twist. A voice came over the intercom. It was Commander Hayes, the leader of the station. Ward, I need a status report. Now Ethan hesitated. If he told the truth, no one would believe him. If he lied, they would walk into death blindly. He swallowed hard and answered. We have unidentified ships, approaching fast. No ID. They are not responding to signals. There was a long pause. Then the commander's voice became colder. Prepare defense systems, full alert. Defense, weapons, fight. Ethan's eyes flicked toward the medical room where Lyra waited. She said they couldn't win. She said fighting would only make it worse. He turned and saw her standing in the doorway now, her hand gripping the frame for support. You cannot fight them, she said softly. You will lose. Ethan moved to her side. What do they want from Earth? Why even come here? Lyra took a deep breath. She stared at the radar screen like she was seeing ghosts. They want to erase you, she said. Not because you have done wrong, but because they believe you will. Ethan felt confusion twist inside him. Why? Why would they think that? Lyra lowered her eyes, sadness pouring from her voice. Because their Earth died. Their world fell. Their leaders believed that your Earth caused it, or would cause it. In their time, in their space, humans lost everything. They think stopping you now will save the universe later. Ethan shook his head. That's insane. We haven't done anything. Lyra looked at him with sorrow. That is what makes it sad. Silence. Heavy and painful. Ethan tried to think. What about the message? The one you spoke of? Did we send it? Lyra nodded. Yes, 6 months ago. Your world made contact. You reached the stars. You said you wanted peace, trade, unity. But the message also revealed your location, your technology, your population, your fears. Ethan blinked fast. Fears? Lyra nodded. Humans fear being alone. Humans fear the unknown. So you called to the stars, searching for answers. The harvesters heard you. They believe your fear will turn into war. So they come first. Ethan leaned against the wall. The truth felt like gravity, crushing him. So what do we do? He asked quietly. Run? Hide? Surrender? Lyra shook her head. You listen, she said. She opened her hand. A small device rested on her palm. It looked like a sphere made from glass and metal, glowing with soft blue light. This can connect minds, she said. Not fully, but enough to see truth, enough to understand. Ethan stared at the device. It's communication? Lyra nodded. heart to heart, thought to thought. If you use it, you might speak to them. Before they destroy everything. Ethan hesitated. Why give this to me? Lyra's voice trembled. Because you helped me without knowing who I was, she whispered. Because you saved me. Because kindness must have a chance. Before Ethan could answer, the intercom cracked with the commander's voice again. Ethan Ward. Report to command. Now, we are preparing to engage. Engage. It meant war. Ethan looked at Lyra. Lyra looked at Ethan. Their choice hung between them like a knife. If I go to them with this, Ethan said, lifting the device, they'll call me crazy. They'll lock me away. Lyra held his gaze. Then, be crazy, she said. Be the human the stories speak of. The one who changes everything. Ethan felt something shift inside him, fear becoming purpose. He closed his fingers around the device. Okay, he whispered. I'll try, Lyra. Reached for his hand. And whatever happens, do not let them fire first. Ethan nodded and turned away. Every step toward the command center felt like walking into fire. The alarms grew louder. The station shook from distant energy pulses. The harvesters were closing in. Ethan stepped into the lift. The doors slid shut. He whispered to himself, not sure if it was prayer or promise. Please, let there be another way. And far outside, in the cold darkness of space, the unknown fleet slowed. Waiting,